Alright great, this is our weekly solo players guide to the Nightfall. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notifications. Because we do this normally every single Tuesday and Wednesday when I get the strikes done. This is our Hunter variant. I do all three classes, Warlock, Hunter, and Titan. So if you're looking for either of those, go ahead and look in the description box down below. Those will be linked up as soon as they are available. Or like I said, hit the bell for notifications and you will just be notified when I upload them. This week's Nightfall is the Inverted Spire. That is the beta strike if you have been playing that long. As far as setup goes, first we're rocking the Night Stalker with the top class and the Orpheus rigs, which gives us our super back once we get enough enemies tethered. That's really the main draw of that one. I like Vortex Grenade, but feel free to use whatever. And then of course we're rocking Better Devils, Banana SR4. Though Polaris Lance is always a great option for PvE, especially with for boss damage. It's actually really good. And then the Prospector. I really wish this would get a catalyst, because as you'll see in this video, it actually does some pretty decent damage. And then once we get about a little ways from the boss fight, we switch over to the Gunslinger, where we rock Celestial Nighthawk for that one-shot bonus damage golden gunshot. And you also want to rock where the Sharpshooter. Precision hits with golden gun increase its damage and extend its duration. Enables precision damage, so Celestial Nighthawk does even more damage. Practice makes perfect. Enter a trance with each precision hit, reducing the cooldown of your super. That stacks up to 3 times. As long as you keep it going, you can actually get your super pretty decently quick. And then that one is just whatever. And then I prefer Swarm Grenade, just because it's easier to hit the boss and do max damage to the boss. But it's whatever you want to use, pretty much. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and rock this guide. Alright, as soon as you load in, just go ahead and run straight through. Every once in a while there will be a public event going on that you can capture the flag or whatever on. Just go ahead and do that if that's available. And then if you get this, it means another team is like literally just beat this part. Just go ahead and run on through. Otherwise, just go ahead and stand back, take out all the enemies, whatever they might be. It's probably a bunch of Vex and Cabal fighting. So just stay back. You won't get the 30-second respawn restriction. You'll just get the 5 seconds and then respawn if you just want to go all in. Otherwise, once you get here, it's going to be the exact same thing. Kind of stay back, or you can just go invis and just skip all of this. But then once you get to the next section, you are going to have to work a little bit. It's not very hard though. This is a all Vex, mostly version of the strike, so it's that much easier. So once you come down here, there are going to be 3 total goblins up top. 3 or 4. Might be 4. We'll have to see as soon as we get there. But just go ahead and take all of them out, and then I like to either stay right there, or you can jump over to that ledge that you can see that little red light on. You can do that as well, but in this video we just kind of stick here, and then we take out what we can from here, and then we jump over, and then that will spawn in another wave of enemies. There's going to be a few fanatics. A couple elite hydras will spawn in as well. Go ahead and take all of them out. If you're having a hard time with them, you can always jump down and kind of keep your distance, or just use your power ammo. Just try and time it right in between the shields rotating. And then once you kill everything, we just run on through, and we will literally run all the way down into the next section where we actually have to kill stuff. So we are going to speed this up after the Hydra section all the way until we get to there. Alright, so once you get here, there is going to be an elite Scion right there. Right next to him is going to be that elite Colossus. Go ahead and take out the Colossus first, just because, as you can see, he does a bunch of damage. But once he's gone, there's really nothing too massive to worry about, especially on the Night Stalker. So what you want to do, go ahead and take him out, then take out the elite Scion right next to him, if he's not already dead. And then just come over here. As you can see, these enemies in here, you're going to want to kill that mini boss that I'm kind of aiming at right there. As you can see, Prospector does pretty decently against these guys. So you just want to duck in and out. Use whatever weapon you want to, obviously. But just duck in and out of this window until everything in that thing is dead. And then what I like to do is jump up on top of this roof right here. And then use my tether to get rid of both of these sides of Vex. And then the other mini boss is going to be down at one of the portals. This one, he's on the right side. Can't remember if he switches sides at all or not. But for this run specifically, he was on the right side. So just be aware of that. And then once you take him out, go ahead and flip the switch. You can just ignore everything else. And then you'll jump in through the portal. There's going to be 4 goblins, and I think there's 3 legionnaires and 1 phalanx. Go ahead and take them out as well. If you have to, feel free to kind of step back a little bit and hide behind the pillar. And then once they're all dead, go ahead and just look on down, and you'll be able to see the Minotaur and the 2 goblins. There's 2 or 3 goblins that are down there, and you can literally kill them all at the top. I, of course, fall down because that's my style. But once you kill all of them, just make sure everything is fully reloaded. If you need to, wait for your super. It'll make it a whole lot easier if you do. And then, yeah, once everything is all ready to go, go ahead and flip the switch, and we'll move on from there. Alright, so once you flip the switch, you can see me shooting those cancers. That's just in case I act stupid and get too close to them and blow myself up. But you can actually use those to kill the Vex if you want to. Pop your super as soon as they spawn in. That way it gives you a little bit extra time to get these guys out of the way. And then I shoot this one because I know that other tether is about to run out. I do shoot it a little bit too early, which is a shame. But that's alright. Just go ahead and take these guys out as quickly as possible. Now if you don't take these guys out, you can always hide. As you can see me doing right here. Just go invisible before you run anywhere. That way they have no idea where you're going. And then you can literally just wait until your mission parameters updates. As you can see, it's got like 94% right now. If you wait right where I am at, you can literally just run across as soon as that thing turns on. And after you kill this dude right here, is a great spot to switch over to your gunslinger. I don't do it here because I completely forget. But once you do that, make sure you switch over to gunslinger if that's what you want to do, and your Celestial Nighthawk. It makes the boss fight so much faster, so much easier. But just go ahead and kill everything up here, and then jump down, kill everything down there, hop on your Sparrow, and then right on into the boss fight. Now in this video, obviously I don't do that completely like I just said. I switched to the Gunslinger subclass a bit too late, and I really want that, you're going to really want that super right away. Which is why you want to switch earlier than what I do. So what I do is I just start killing enemies after this until I get my super, and then I just go on in. Alright, once you're here, make sure you kill the elite Hydra last, which is why you see me checking, because if you don't, it will knock off the power ammo. I don't know why, but it just does. So go ahead and save that one for last, and then go ahead and kill him. Jump up, pick up your power ammo, and then I actually like to start from the right side, which you see me do right here once I get my jumps situated. And then I like to, as you can see, pop some power ammo into the boss. Do my make sure you hit that that crit shot, otherwise this is going to be a lot harder. But once you do that, that's literally all it should take. Is just maybe a magazine worth of Prospector. I think it's like 4 or 5 shots of Telesto if you're using that. 2 curtain call rockets, I think, 2 or 3, and then your precision Celestial Nighthawk shot, and then he'll go away. As soon as he despawns and everything starts despawning, you just go ahead and jump down, and then go ahead and find this little pillar where I'm at right here. It's going to be really short, and it's going to be on the right side once you're looking down. That way you can kind of peek over the top. You can kind of head glitch them like you see me doing here. And you won't have to worry about that tidal wave attack that he does. But once you do enough damage, there will be some enemies that spawn in. There's going to be like 3 or 4 hobgoblins, and then just a bunch of goblins, one of which will be an elite. So what I like to do is just kind of fall off to the side, just like so. And then just kill them as necessary. I would suggest holding on to as much power ammo as possible, and do not use your super here either. Go ahead and just save all that. It doesn't take too long to get through this section, and you don't need it whatsoever. You'll need it for the final third of this fight. So once you see that elite goblin, go ahead and shoot his head off. That way he runs to you, so you don't have to go running for the power ammo that he drops, because once the boss despawns, it'll also despawn power ammo for some reason, or at least it used to, and I don't like taking that chance anymore. So go ahead and do that, and then once all the goblins and stuff are dead, go ahead and just throw your grenades and just do damage to the boss until he despawns. And then once you fall down, you have about 3 or so seconds after you land to kill the 5 goblins. Maybe it's 5 seconds. It's not very long at all. So just make sure you don't take any damage whatsoever once you land. And then once the boss appears, we'll start back from there. Alright, once the boss spawns in, I like to hide right behind here. You're going to want to watch out for that blast he just shot. It will have an audio cue, so listen out for it. But what you want to do is when he does that, either jump up in the air and he'll shoot where he currently sees you, or the last place he will see you. And so just before he shoots it, just jump up in the air and it won't hit you. If you do get hit by it, it does a pretty decent amount of damage to you. And it also blinds you, so especially when the ads start spawning in, you want to avoid getting hit by that at all costs. But otherwise, until those ads spawn in, just keep doing damage to him. Eventually he runs around the map, and so you can get a better hiding spot. Once he starts doing that, that's your cue for ads to spawn in, as you can see. So just go ahead and kill everything before you do any more damage to the boss. That way you're not having to deal with the boss rotating around the map and all these ads. And there's not very many. There's just going to be a bunch of goblins and like 2 or 3 of those harpies. Go ahead and take them out. Make sure you have an arc weapon of some kind. Either try not to use your power ammo on these dudes. But it's a good energy weapon. Banana is perfect for them. As you can see, it takes them shields out right away. But then once these guys are dead, go ahead and pop some more power ammo if you want to. Hold on to your super. Don't use it just quite yet. because you don't want to risk knocking his head off, because once his head gets knocked off, he'll come into the middle of the map, and you're going to have to deal with 3 waves of enemies instead of 2. So just be very careful with that, and then you can actually come running to this spot with the next wave of enemies. Once they come in, there's just like the last one, there's going to be 2 or 3 not hydras, harpies, and then there's going to be a bunch of goblins, one of which is going to be elite. And so just like the previous section, shoot his head off when you see him so you don't have to go running for it. And then also be aware he's still shooting the blinding blast, whatever you want to call it, as you can see, which is going to be very dangerous when these ads spawn in, so just be very careful. Once you've killed everything, go ahead and try and hit him with as much power ammo as possible. I do it backwards in this video, but what you want to do, try and get his head to knock off, and then once that happens, pop your super, and the crit spot will be in his like stomach section. If you can get that crit shot off, then it should take him out. If not, you're going to have to deal with 2 waves of fanatics and the boss kind of coming in and around the map, like inside this island. And it's not very easy. It's not a lot of fun to be that stressed out in this boss fight. But once you kill everything, you should be able to just jump back and forth between these 2 little tower things that I'm standing next to. I will let the rest of this video just play out so you guys can see what I do. And do damage to the boss. If you're having to deal with the fanatics, make sure you're killing them as they come into the island. That way you don't have to worry about them coming at you with the boss also coming at you. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you get notified with when the other guides are coming out. I also do weekly reset videos, Zor videos. Every once in a while I'll do a random weird video, maybe a weapon review video or something. But for the most part, solo player guides are what we do best. And other than that, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an amazing week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.